Hey everybody, Tommy G back here in the cab, back in Vaughn, and as promised, we're going to show you this town from the day we showed you the last one at night. We're going to show you to daytime. Here it goes. Pretty cool, right? You see that sweet old roadster out in front of the American Motel? That was pretty cool. All right, so we're going to start things up again here. Monday, 9:40 a.m. And we got to go back across the road and get my trailer. I don't know if you saw it. I don't think you could really see it in the video over at the gallon across the street. There's not much to Vaughn, New Mexico, by the way. I mean, this is obviously a small town. And we'll take a look at the map. I'll show you where we're at before we take off. I think you know, if you watched the last episode, you know where we're at, but I figure for those who are just popping in, I'll show you where we're at, even though I just told you. We're at the Gallon in Vaughn, New Mexico. And it looks like on a Monday, this is a busy intersection. Looks like we're 142 miles out of Carlsbad. I can go in the middle lane here. I can go sort of the turn lane. Coming on in here. I just got to pick up my trailer. I left it in between these two guys. This is where we spent the night last night. By the Gallon Oil. And as you can see, they got plenty of stuff there for supplies when you got it. It looks like they got a music store, electro store. Oh yeah, you get electric guitar, get a nice 6-string, do some Southwest guitar slide rock. Pretty good. Sounds pretty good. I'm trying to park out my right mirror. I don't usually use my right mirror, so this should be funny. Oops. Let's just say his alarm went off because I was too close, not because I actually struck him. Right? We're going to get out of here pretty quick, so... Oops. There we are.
Let's go.
Locked in place. Step out. Do the landing gear there. Reach back on. We got air. We got electric. We're good. Look again at where we're at. Oh wait, we want to go at 5. Well, you can see we're southeast of Tucson. So if I go back here and I go to the map, that's where we are. Southeast of Albuquerque, southwest of Tucson. We're gonna head east past Amarillo. Now the cool thing about this here is, as you can see, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my mouse pointer working. I've been on all this yellow stuff. I haven't been on the gray. So this is all familiar up to right there. But I have never been on this high on 40 east, all the way from just west of Tucson to Clinton, Oklahoma. So that is all new highway. I don't know what I'm going to talk about the whole time. But we may as well get rolling because we got a job to do. I think they need this thing. When do they need this thing? They need it Wednesday. Okay, all right. So we're going to spend the night again somewhere along the way. We're going to drive into the night. Welcome to Vaughn. I didn't notice that sign before. Which way do I got to go to get out of here? I thought they want us to go right, huh? That is weird. Hold on a second. Let me take a look at this. I guess so. All right. I guess. Oy. But wait a minute, though. That doesn't make sense. Why would I go right to turn around and go left? I'm glad I looked at that. I got to go left because when I came in, I thought I was across the street from that thing. So I'm coming out of your left, people. Oh man, it'd be easier for me to just go across the dirt back that way. Well, I can get out into the left turn lane if nobody's getting in the left turn lane there. Oh gosh, horse trailer guy, stop. Hello, officer.
Stay left, and then turn left.
All right, there you go.
Turn left.
I thought it was a horse trailer, although it could have been something else. Oh, thank you, sir. Oh my gosh, he's got that tanker behind him. Not advised, but thank you anyway. All right, we're on our way again, people. Not quite on the highway. We got to head north to get to what's it called? There's a little cemetery off by the railroad tracks there. You don't have to worry that much about mowing the grass. I've got predecessor relatives in a prairie location out in the middle of nowhere, whose graves are out there in the middle of nowhere, and my understanding is they mow the grass once a year because it's just prairie grass, so it's going to grow about, you know, just over your knee. Then they mow it down once a year so you can get in there. So welcome back to the channel. Looks like I got 1,307 miles on this vehicle since I bought it. There's a train that did a abrupt spawn in. So it looks like I've got a odometer down there as well as a trip meter, but I don't know how to reset the trip meter though. So that's going to be a question. Look at that old truck. That's pretty cool. An old prairie church here as well. That's pretty neat. I don't know what town that's supposed to be, but we're outpacing the train at this point. He's just out hauling us. That's pretty cool. I'm probably going under the speed limit. I'm looking at my rearview mirror. Looks like I got some cars back there. I got a truck back there. But yeah, we're racing with this guy. Get a little too close to that middle line. What's the speed limit here? 55? Okay, I'm going 55. I'm going to just set my cruise control right there at the max. So it looks like I got to make a turn. I was going to do my external cameras, but then I saw on my map I got to turn up at Junction 4. Yeah, this is where we're going to get on 40. This is Santa Rosa.
Stay right, and then turn right.
So, Santa Rosa, New Mexico. Albuquerque left, Tucumcari to the right. Is he backing up? He is.
Turn right.
Whoa! He must have struck the guy in front of him. Holy cow! So for anybody who's new to the sim, they'll have these sort of scripted accidents, you know, that they'll put on the highway at different locations, and it's like, oh look, there's a car crash and the police are out there and everything, and you got to go around them. Sometimes they create a detour, and then other time there's sort of these organic car accidents where the AI cars will smash into each other. And early on, I believe, if I recall, early on in this Sims history, that would just sort of stay. You know, you would have you'd have an accident, and it would just be this massive traffic pileup until you left the area and it unrendered everything, you know. But now they realize that sometimes that happens near the player, and then it sort of leaves the player in a tough situation. It's like, well, how am I supposed to get around this or get after it? So they've they've programmed the vehicles to, the rear vehicle will back up, give a certain amount of space, and they'll all do that, and then the first one will clear, then the second, the third, and they'll end up driving off, which is really good, really nice programming on their part. 12:01, and we could stop in and get a tacos. A taco, that sounds like the right thing to do here, right? I think I got to get on the highway once I get under the overpass here.
And then turn left. Turn left.
40 east towards Tucumcari. So yeah, I think that's what that was. I think that truck struck the guy in front of him, and then came around. I'm a little too far ahead. I'm sorry, people. It's Phoenix Gas up there, and so he was backing up to clear that jam, and he was going to keep backing up to where he needed to be, regardless of who was there. And if he struck another AI car, that AI car would then back up. If he struck me, he would just stay there until I backed up. So we just barely got out of that one. Tucumcari, 44 miles out, 160 I think it said to Amarillo. So we'll be back in Texas soon. If you're watching, hopefully you're watching the flying. I hope you like the flying as much as I do. I'm doing the Aerofly FS4. Oh, happy Thanksgiving, by the way, people, because I realize as I'm doing this, whoa, 75. I'm gonna go 67. As I'm doing this, I realize it's Thanksgiving. I have a happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully you're having a feast today and being somewhat grateful for all the good stuff you got going on, because things are probably better than you think, because you don't think that much. So carve some time out to get the pun, see the pun? Be grateful for all the stuff you got. Anyway, and for your health, for crying out loud. And if you're not healthy, be grateful for another day here, and then I hope you get better, or I hope you weather this well. Anyway, to happy news. Yeah, so if you watch the flying, hopefully you like the flying as much as I do. I'm flying from California down to Texas in Aerofly FS4, Tucumcari, next 3 exits. Here we are. And the last one you would have seen, I was flying into Henderson, Nevada, which is a suburb of Las Vegas, at night. And I don't really convey it in that video, but that was nerve-wracking. It really is. I mean, I'm very familiar with that area, and I know Las Vegas sits in a bowl.
Stay left.
In a valley between, in the middle of a mountain range. So if you're flying into, McCarran International, or whatever they call it now, still McCarran. It'll always be McCarran to me.
Stay left.
Then it was, you're out in the middle of a flat section. It's not too complicated, but Henderson is sort of to the south a little bit. It's connected to Las Vegas, but it's at the southerly edge, which is starting to slope up toward the mountains. And so the airport there's at a higher elevation, and we're coming in from the south, so I know there's mountains there. I don't know their elevations. I know that my flight plan at 9,500 feet has me clearing them all, but some probably not by much. Like if I was further west, that altitude wouldn't be good enough. So I'm going to assume that these mountains to the south of Vegas are about 7,000 feet maybe, above sea level. So yeah, it was, and I'm coming in at night in the blackness, so you can't see the ground beneath you, and I'm descending, because you have to. I mean, the airport elevation is 3,500 feet. The pattern that you would fly on approach is about 1,000 feet above the ground. It's gonna be like 4,500 feet. So I'm coming from 9,500 down to 4,500, but you gotta time that right, otherwise, you impact the terrain. I gotta work a button on my thing here to mute, because I'm always clearing my throat. Hold on a second. Sorry, it's that old guy thing about always clearing throat. Anyway, I do have to work a button. I should put a button on my, as often as I do that, I should put it on my steering wheel. So yeah, I'm descending in the darkness above the mountains, closer to the mountains, and that can be quite harrowing. New Mexico. You are now leaving Land of Enchantment into Texas. There's a welcome to Texas sign. All right, we're home in Texas, people. Northern Texas. We're in the Panhandle. Near Amarillo. This is what it looks like near Amarillo. It's kind of pretty. I like it. We're coming up to Adrian in 1 mile. It's pretty flat up here in North Texas. And we will make it. I'd say. Oh, so anyway, to finish what I was saying was, yeah, so I was scared to do that. If you keep watching me, I'm going to fly down to Phoenix after that, and then Tucson, and then Las Cruces, and then I think, where else do I go after that? Abilene, and then Fort Worth. So keep watching that for that. And then I'm also going to fly, Microsoft Flight Simulator sometimes, and I'm going to fly X-Plane with Matt. So lots of flying. Okay, what I was going to say is sleep. Again, I'm talking about sleep on that last one. It's important to keep sleep in mind whenever you're driving because two reasons if you're new to this sim. And I'm sorry for all the people who are not new to the sim. You just like watching these, you got to hear somebody talk about this stuff. But you never know. I'm at 300. At the time I record this, I'm at 395. See, Amarillo is 44 miles. 395 subscribers. I'm closing in on 400. So that's pretty amazing as far as I'm concerned. That's a cool looking ranch. Look at the size of that place. That is that's where they go before market. That's one of those huge ones. Boy, I'm used to seeing those as a kid on the way to Nebraska. You see a lot of those pens. I was actually on a cattle drive once when I was a kid. It was quite an experience, something you never forget. I rode point with my cousin, my oldest cousin. American Transport Express, AT. Amarillo discovered. Yeah, I discovered it. So anyway, in this sim, I gotta slow her down. As far as sleep goes, they model in this that you have to sleep. You're a human being. You're not a robot, so you gotta get a certain amount of rest. So I think it's 9 hours on, or no. Whatever it is, 9 hours off. It's 9 off of 24. 13? No, 15. So,
Stay left.
You start to get tired as time goes on. And the game models that in. Now, your character, and I'll show you here. Let's see, if you go to this part, you see that little blue bed. That thing starts to fill up, and when it's toward the top, you're going to start needing some sleep soon. It then turns red, and your guy starts yawning. You got a little ways before the yawning starts to be like a sort of a dimmed vision effect. Then you're getting in serious trouble. Check out Pete J Play and Pete_J on YouTube to see what happens there. Look for any of his...
Stay left.
America, I'm messing with you, Pete. Look for any of his videos on Truck Sim and you see an example. But I love you, man. But anyway, that starts to happen, and then you start to get fined because there's a financial hit for driving past your limits. Because you're by law, there's a certain amount of hours that you have, that you need to rest, so you start getting fined. And then if you're still for some reason have not found a place to sleep, you could actually black out. And again, my brother-in-law has done that a few times. I don't think I've ever blacked out. I've had my vision dim. Maybe once I did. I think I did once because I know I've seen it. And it's like, oh my gosh, the game just goes, and you can hear your truck still running, and you have no control. It just goes black for a few moments, and then it comes back. And then you gotta put on the brakes and do okay, I gotta do whatever. I gotta be careful. But my brother-in-law, I know, has gone off the rails, had some pretty spectacular crashes. Nebraska, there you go. Yeah, his channel's a little more adventurous than mine. He tends to deal with that stuff a little bit more than I do. But I'm like, you know, kind of anal about the sleep. So I'm starting to think we're gonna make it into Omaha, no problem. Actually, we're gonna make it almost out of Omaha. If my estimate from that last leg is correct, I'm guessing we make it. I think we make it all the way to Tulsa, Oklahoma. I know we'll make it to Oklahoma City. Maybe between Oklahoma City and Tulsa. But I'm guessing there's some cows up there just chewing the grass, grazing the grass. Nice little road stop off to the right there. A little gully off to the left. That's pretty cool. A little place for the kids to play. That's kind of neat. Must not be windy out right now. The wind turbine's not moving. Oh, I'm on that line, aren't I? I'm gonna give that back. The neat looking little Texas truck stop off to the left. Yeah, so that's how they do sleep. So, oops. I'm thinking we make it to Tulsa. I meant to look up Vaughn online to see what Vaughn is known for in New Mexico so I could say when I started, hey, you know, did you know this about Vaughn? And I never did. It's one of the things I forgot to do. But yeah, so next flight is going to be Henderson down to Phoenix for Aerofly FS4. Next drive, and this is going to be Tulsa to, or around Tulsa, wherever we sleep tonight, down to I think Poplar Grove is where we're heading in southeast Missouri. And then I want to head north up to Iowa, because now this will be the first time I'm in Missouri. So I want to head north to the first time I'm in Iowa. And then they release Louisiana December 4th. As I'm recording this, it's I mean, as you're seeing it, it's Thanksgiving 2025, but I recorded this the Monday just prior. And yeah, so they're going to release Louisiana on the 4th of December. So I'm going to get it then and then drive south to Louisiana. And then I'll probably tie that in with a restaurant sim or Chef Life restaurant sim episode, because I haven't done that in a long time. I got this restaurant down in New Orleans. And that is a fun game. And it's just a ton of fun. And I got a lot of likes on it. I mean, I think I got some subscribers for that. Those poor guys have been like, dude, you had one like every couple of weeks, and now you haven't had one. And they're probably thinking, oh, you just dropped the game. That's too bad, because we signed up to see more of it, and you just, whoa. Looks like a little road work here. And they probably don't sit through my truck simulator games where I ramble on and talk about how I'm going to get back in it. So they don't know any better. I got to get back on that before they get the wrong idea and give up. I don't want them to get the wrong idea. I'm going to resume. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize I resumed. I guess if I was paying attention, I probably have traffic just blowing around me. I'm going 60 and it went back up to 75. All right, Clinton is 76. That is Oklahoma. Alright, speed limit 75, we'll go 65. Way station in a mile, I'm pretty sure we're going to have to stop in for that. We seem to have all of them now. It's been a long time since they said continue on. I thought... Okay, please pull in. Alright, Oklahoma, here we are. Oklahoma welcomes you. See, we weren't in Texas that long. Panhandle's the smallest part. If you're going east to west, or west to east of the Panhandle, doesn't take you too long to get through it.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
But I did like the scenery. That's really, you come out of New Mexico and it's like, you know, kind of rugged terrain. And then you get into northern Texas and it's the southern plains. Got to see where my drivers were in the country. I think I had a couple in Texas. I know I had one guy, one of my drivers, I think is based in Salt Lake City. He was all the way down near Brownsville at like the bottom tip of Texas. Busy truck stop, man. Look at that line we got behind us. That's going to be out onto the highway pretty soon if they don't get this stuff taken care of shortly. Let's put our windows down. Because it is, well, I guess it's 88 degrees. It's not, so all my cool air is blowing out the sides. 88 degrees at 6:06 p.m. It's kind of warm, you know what I'm saying? I gotta wait for him to finish. I didn't see where his plate was. There he goes, our turn. I know, I'm kind of on him. It's kind of a jerk move, but... Alright, let's do the thing. 34,196, thank you. Have a safe journey, but thank you. No, thank you. Put those windows back up. Exit to interstate. Like, where else could you go? I guess you can go that way. I didn't even see. Yeah, this is a place to rest, so if you're ever just east out of Amarillo, heading into Oklahoma towards Clinton or Clifton, I forget which one it is. There's a good place for you to spend the night and get your truck weighed. I'm thinking we're gonna see some rain pretty shortly. I was hoping to get through this whole trip without getting this thing wet, but you get what you get, as the saying goes. Do I got my lights on? Hold on, let's take a look here. I do, right? I got, whoa, but do I have them on auto? Oh, hold on. I think that's the auto lights. I'm pretty sure. I should have looked at the map while I was in line to get a better idea of where I need to be. Yeah, we are in Oklahoma now, right? Yeah. There's a neat sign, obviously. I like Oklahoma. It's about as close as Nebraska as you get to be without being Nebraska. So not quite as awesome as Nebraska, but a close second place. I guess you could be a Sooners fan if you're not a Cornhuskers fan. That guy was a little nervous about. Okay, Clinton. It is Clinton. Oklahoma. Speed limit is still 75 right through town. Next two exits. There you go, people. There's your screenshot. Clinton, Oklahoma. I was hoping to get to Convoy with my brother-in-law Pete a little while back, but he's been busy recently, so he does get busy during the off seasons. I tell him just hit me up if you want to do it. I'm basically on. I'll be driving every Sunday night, and I'm available Wednesday nights to drive. So if he wants to drive Sunday and or Wednesday nights, he can just let me know. I won't reach out to him because what I tend to do in the off season, I reach out to him, hey, you want to get together? And he said, yeah, next time. And he says it a bunch of times, and I eventually figure, okay, well, he obviously can't, and if he's just being nice. So I'll just drive on those nights, and if he's available, he'll join. Those are always better because then we get to talk, and it's a little bit less a mind dump for me, you know. Sometimes you could tell where I get to the end of a thought, and I'm like, okay, so, I just got a text from the wife. Oh, good, because my phone shows up, and that shows me what time it is real life. 7:15 p.m. here now. Let me go put that on for a minute. I'm nearing the top. I'm fine though at Clinton, and I mean, I'm looking at the map there. Oklahoma City's 72 miles. We will definitely make Oklahoma City. And like I say, it kind of at this point now I'm starting to say, do we push it to get to Tulsa. I did think we could make Tulsa on this leg. And I still think we can. South Canadian River. There's oil in these parts, folks. I used to work in oil and gas, or I used to work at a bank in the with oil and gas as an investment. And we had, there were several wells in Canadian County for a couple of our clients. Interesting. I guess there's a movie out with Billy Bob Thornton called Landman. And I don't know what the premise is, but he's an oil landman, and that's basically someone who runs title on, you know, these change hands a lot. Someone will buy an interest in the minerals under the ground, roadwork ahead. And a landman's a guy who goes to the county and makes sure that they got a clear record of all the title from statehood to, you know, whoever holds the interest now. So if people are buying and selling, that they show that, okay, the seller actually owns this and can sell it. He's turning to come. Oh my gosh, I didn't expect to have to hit them. Right there, I got a guy come back and had to just hit the brakes. Roadwork ahead. Okay, so it's ahead. They're just closing it here. Almost caused an accident there, guys. I'm gonna take my map off real quick. But you can see on the ticker there what happens when one of my drivers comes back without anything, and now he must be. That guy was not happy to be behind me. Sorry, dude. I'm hauling a load and I gotta do it safely. And by safely, I mean almost smash into the guy in front of me because I'm talking. OK City. Check it out. Speed limit 70. I can go 65 still. MacArthur Boulevard. So yeah, anyway, I want to look that movie up and see what that's about. But Billy Bob Thornton movies are usually good. You know, they're not all the best in the world, but he's a good actor and a pretty good director. And I don't know if he directed it or wrote it or anything like that. I thought he did. I mean, I know he's from humble origins, I think.
Stay left, and then exit left.
Faithberry Society. Oh, stay left, exit left. I'm sorry, Tulsa, Wichita. That's me. Supposed to be going 40. Exit 147B. So we can head north. There's Oklahoma City, people. Just in case you've ever been. I've never been in real life. I'll tell you the places I've been to in real life as I pass them. Oklahoma City is not a place I've been in real life. Now, I have not gotten... So, I think the way this works, isn't it funny that I think? Because I'm... Oh, okay, it is a little slower here. Tulsa 190. Yeah, we can make Tulsa, no problem. I'm saying I think, even though I've been driving this game for years, I'm not sure, but I believe that there's 3 settings on the lights. The lights are off, there's a middle setting, and then they're fully on. I think that middle setting in this game is... Look at that Oklahoma City looking nice. Oklahoma City looking mighty pretty. Route 66 coming through here. It's a big enough city that you got tall buildings on either side. That's where you live if you live in OK City. So anyway, lost my train of thought again. This happens from time to time. I think my son is watching a movie upstairs. Loud enough that I can hear it down here. It's a cool looking building. Anyway, I think it's closed. I was just saying, I think the Billy Bob Thornton movies are generally pretty good. I think I was done with that thought. I just didn't feel like it because I quickly had to change lanes. Local Trust Bank. I like Oklahoma as a state in the game. I've never been there in real life, but that's what I was saying. I was saying when I'm at a place I've been in real life, I'll let you know. I have been blessed to be at a lot of these locations. A lot of the fun ones too, you know, like San Diego and stuff.
Stay left.
But I've been a good many in the Central West too. Like I said, I had family out in Nebraska, so I've been up and down that state. Pretty soon we're gonna start to yawn, because I'm pretty sure. Okay, so 65. Why is it not? I'll go 62. If it goes back up to 70, I'll just give her a push on the acceleration. I got my cruise control button. I've got a set button. I've got a resume, and I've got an accelerate. And the accelerate pushes you forward 5 miles an hour. Another beautiful twilight. Oh, I paid a toll. I didn't even know it. See, there's our sleep thing. Thank you for using Turn Pass. I really didn't have an option, but I appreciate the gratitude. This beautiful night. Yeah, in that last video where I'm flying into Henderson too, I guess you don't see the change. I mean, you don't see the fade in like this. But you see me, we take off in the afternoon, and then when we're coming down at night, you can see the stars. And that game does model the star boxes. Like, it does model, like the Big Dipper and stuff. You could navigate by the stars. I'm pretty sure they've updated this star box to be able to show the constellations properly. I'm pretty sure this is what you would expect to see. I wanted to get over and get that guy in. I didn't realize he was next to me, but yeah, he's got an articulated tanker. I don't know if that's fuel or milk or what, but I'll assume there's a speed trap. Oh, 75, yeah, so here I'm just going to press accelerate once. That's going to bring me up 5 miles an hour. To 67 again. And I'm going to pull in front of old boy there. I should be getting close to Tulsa. And then once I start yawning, I'm going to take the next rest stop. Usually I like to stop before I start yawning. But I'm up to the top of the blue. I've got a ways to go, even if I start yawning. But I think what I'm going to do, again, in this case, that press this button and it takes me outside there. So I can see when my next turn is. Roadwork ahead 1 mile. Okay, so I'm going to need to probably get left. Coming over. Oh, he's going right. Is he going to come back left again? Don't whip in front of me. Oh, so I can see what my turn is.
Stay
Okay,
left.
we are just south of Tulsa. Left lane closed. Okay, so I'm going to need to get in the right lane. And slow down. Just south of Tulsa, so we should be good here. Let's see if I go resume. I'll be able to see when these things are coming back up. There's speed limit 60. Speeding violation. Is the guy next to me? I don't see him. He must have been going the other way. Now I'm speeding again. Oh, speed limit 60. Okay, I'll slow down. Set it for 60. What was I gonna say? Something about this game and what it models, what it does. Oh, I do think the developers of this model those construction areas, and I think they move them. So when they do an update, they do the next update. They're not all in the same place, so it's not like you always find them all in the same places. I think you may go there later, and that spot that we saw is no longer under construction. There's our first yawn. But I got a junction coming up, so I want to go in closer. I'm pretty sure that that's the case, and I thought they'll put construction in areas where they're going to work on stuff too, and then make updates to the scenery like the construction actually did. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but yeah, I'm pretty sure those. And then some of those like road construction stuff are actually just programmed in per instance. Like it'll just a random spot put one of those, where they're working on a little space of road, and then the next time you play, that's not there. So it's cool. That is one of the cool things about Convoy. You're doing a convoy with a friend. Like if you're somewhere and then they're behind you a ways, you're like, hey, look, there's construction up ahead on 40 East.
Stay
plan
right,
accordingly.
And then turn right.
Come on in, buddy. Turn right. Okay.
Turn right.
It's a bigger turn than I thought. I'll let this hill slow me down. Now I am actively looking for a place to sleep. It is 10:39 on a Monday. We got an early start tomorrow to finish this trip, and we are just past Tulsa. So yeah, my estimation on the requirement for sleep was dead on this one, people.
Stay left.
Oh gosh. So it looks like I got up ahead. There's a gas station slash rest area. That's what we're gonna want to do. There's another toll. They really pay for these roads in Oklahoma, right? Will Rogers Turnpike. In case you were wondering. Then I gotta get back to. Yep, there's a place to rest up the right. There's a place to rest. Do we need fuel? We got a quarter tank. I'm tempted to push this whole trip all the way through, just to see how far I can go. Because it's a nice looking oasis too. This is a good spot to start. Oh, look, they got like an old car. Oh, I'm gonna be walking around there checking that out. I'm gonna fill up in the. No, I don't want to fill up. See, I want to. Oops, sorry. Boom mic. See how far I can go on a new. On my first tank of gas. I haven't bought anything since I got there. That's pretty good parking right there. Gonna step outside real quick. Look at that. Alright, wait, I gotta move my mouse here. We're right next to the fishtail guy. Beautiful night. I'm gonna shut the engine off and then turn the lights off as well. Although you would, I think you would leave. I mean, you'd leave the back generator running so you can have your air conditioning at night, because whatever it is. All right, thanks for watching that little stretch, people. We'll pick us back up. We're going to finish the next leg. It's going to bring us all the way down to Poplar Creek, Poplar Grove, to our destination in southeastern Missouri. Bye now.